Welcome to this explainer. Right now, literally as you're sitting there watching this, there's a completely invisible tug of war happening inside your body. It's happening every single day, every single hour, and it's entirely dedicated to keeping you energized, stable, and, well, alive. Today we're exploring the hormonal balancing act of managing blood glucose. It's a delicate, perfectly timed routine. Let's get right into it. So, what exactly is your body doing while you sleep? It's so easy to think of sleep as just this complete biological shutdown. You close your eyes, you power down, and you just go offline until that morning alarm rings, right? But metabolically speaking, that couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is your body operates on a fascinating day versus night metabolic cycle. While your conscious brain is getting some much-needed rest, your internal systems are actually kicking into overdrive to manage your energy reserves.
Section 1. The Blood Glucose Balancing Act. Okay, let's dive into this, because our blood glucose is constantly being managed by a highly dedicated internal team. To pull off this incredible balancing act, your body relies on a cast of 4 specific hormones. Think of them as your built-in 24/7 emergency response team. First up, we've got insulin. Insulin is your day shift worker, taking the absolute lead during the fed state. Then you've got glucagon, epinephrine, and cortisol. These 3, they make up the night shift, taking over the reins during fasting or when you're fast asleep. So that's 4 hormones, 2 very different shifts, all working toward the exact same goal, keeping your blood glucose perfectly level.
Section 2. The fed state and the role of insulin. Let's shift our focus to that day shift and look at exactly what goes down inside our biology right after we eat a meal.
Here's the play-by-play. Step 1. You eat a meal. Step 2. Insulin is immediately released. Step 3. Insulin rapidly promotes the uptake of glucose directly into your muscle and adipose tissue. It's literally moving that energy out of your bloodstream and into your tissues. Step 4. It promotes the storage of this glucose as glycogen. And finally, Step 5. Because all that glucose is being actively moved and packed away, your overall blood glucose is reduced. Boom! It's a beautifully efficient process.
Now, just a quick refresher, glycogen is simply the stored form of glucose, and it's primarily kept in 2 highly strategic locations, your liver and your muscles. When insulin does its job during that fed state, it's packing energy away into these specific biological storage closets. Why? Because they serve as the absolute most efficient dispatch centers for later use. Your muscles can use it locally for immediate movement, while the liver acts as this central metabolic reserve for the rest of your body. So ultimately, insulin promotes the uptake and storage of glucose, driving those blood glucose levels right back down after a meal. Insulin acts as the ultimate biological organizer here. It takes that sudden, massive influx of energy, sorts it out, packs it into those key tissues, and makes sure your blood sugar doesn't just spike and stay dangerously high. It systematically clears the bloodstream. But eventually, hours pass. You stop eating, you go to bed, and that sets the stage for the next phase.
Section 3. Fasting and sleep, restoring balance. This brings us to the long, slow burn of the fasting state that happens while we sleep.
And this brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast between our 2 shifts. The flurry of activity from eating is over, the day shift clocks out, and the true brilliance of this tug of war really comes to life. On one side, you have insulin, whose entire job was to reduce blood glucose and store that energy away. On the other side, stepping up to the plate, we have the night shift crew, glucagon, epinephrine, and cortisol. Their objective? The exact opposite. They step in to restore blood glucose and mobilize all that energy that insulin just packed away. It's a perfect opposing mirror image. So your body immediately senses that halt in incoming energy the moment you start fasting or sleeping. And what happens? It triggers a simultaneous surge in glucagon, epinephrine, and cortisol. Instead of just a gradual fade, these 3 hormones step right up, significantly increasing their release to take over the heavy lifting while your primary digestive systems get some rest.
When glucagon, epinephrine, and cortisol increase, they're actually sending a highly specific biochemical message straight to the liver. They prompt the liver to hydrolyze stored glycogen, which is basically unlocking that central storage closet we talked about. Plus, if it's needed, they can actually prompt the liver to synthesize brand new glucose from smaller circulating molecules. Through either pathway, they are effectively forcing the liver to push energy back out into your body.
So the crucial point is that this elegant back and forth ultimately succeeds in, quote, restoring blood glucose to its normal levels. That's the end game here. Insulin drove the blood glucose down after a meal by storing it away. Glucagon, epinephrine, and cortisol push it right back up during sleep by releasing it from the liver. This constant, totally invisible push and pull is meticulously designed by your biology to maintain a perfect, life-sustaining balance 24/7.
So, the next time you fall asleep, ask yourself, how hard is your night shift working to keep you balanced? Hopefully, this explainer fundamentally changes the way you think about rest, because sleep absolutely isn't a biological shutdown. It is an active, deeply vital metabolic balancing act. Your hormones are working tirelessly in the dark to ensure you wake up stable and ready to tackle the day. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time.